Selamat sore. Apa kabar? Okay, that is my pitch on Bhasa. Ibu, Baba, my presentation is actually going to be very small. It's 5 to 10 minutes. The idea is that we've actually done a research and a case study on a new methodology, which we are talking about is how we can show profitable growth by just changing the spend mix. And it's not about media mix. It's about how you prioritize your customers, how in this world of business impact, Ibu Vido just said, if it's all about brand purpose, brand love, what we are trying to do at MMA is just to be useful, to make sure that we are able to put together methodologies, frameworks, metrics, measurement, guidelines to make sure that all marketeers understand that dynamic. So, the study is called Outcome-Based Marketing. It's a case study based on an application, based on a framework that we started a few years back, which was all about putting marketing framework growth and making a practical approach to identify how do you make better impact on your business using the same marketing tools. The idea here is also to make sure that we are looking at a profitable strategy. MMA stands for business impact. Our awards Smarties are also led by business impact. And therefore, our whole purpose is to make sure that many and most of the media plans start to look at maximizing the reach first. When they're looking at maximizing the reach, what does it mean? It means either you can go to the entire population, which is the reach frequency population, or you can start to segment your population. And this is what we call the new framework. If there's one thing that you need to take away from this presentation, is called the movable middles. What we believe, truly believe, and the case study has proven, is once you divide your population into different segments, there's the low probability segment, there's a high probability segment, which is your domain, which are your loyal customers, and then there are customers at the other extreme who may never ever buy your product, no matter how much you expose your ad and brand to them. So reach-based planning is a recipe for suboptimal ROAS. And we have proven that case study, which we believe if you spend the money right and move the funds from your low probability customers and also your high probability customers. Now this is very important because, for example, I'm a Singapore airline frequent flyer. I'm in the segment 1 to 4, if we were to divide that. There's no price point at which I will switch. I get benefits which no other airline for one-time travel can give me that. It's very unlikely I will switch for price or for product. Therefore, if they are continuing to send me messages, it is not required. I don't need to be sent a message every day, every month from them. As long as they can give me the right service and give me the right messaging on the product. Therefore, you can afford to move that money into the movable middle. And movable middle is a segment who is right there and has the propensity to switch to your product. If you are able to do that and target that, what you will get is a high level of ROAS, but what is more important in the case study that I'm going to share is that the possibility of the spend reach is as much as 50% growth or 2x of the ROAS. So that's the context I wanted to set. That's the framework we built. Once we built this framework, we said, let's put it to a practical use and do a case study. So we did a case study with Reckitt Benckiser. And what we were able to prove, this case study was done in US for the infant milk category. And what we were able to prove is that you can actually get 2x response of your advertising, of your audience, and response to your marketing by adopting the framework that we did. So our learning on the agenda was challenging, but the MMA case framework that was published was called outcome-based marketing. We basically decided to test the principles on acquisition-based marketing on the formula milk category of the sampling of the formula milk which was being given to the to-be mothers to 3 years of the life cycle of the product. And what we did was we segmented the entire population into 20 segments, low to high, as I explained, and evaluating the response of the spends, moving the spends from the lower segment to the higher segment. We were able to decide, we were able to decipher that the movable middles, which was segment 3 to 13 in their case, gave them double return on investment. The purchasing went up, the acquisition strategy proved itself, there were 2 times more customers who bought it. So that's the movable lift that we got. Based on the analysis of the acquisition marketing, what we did was do the sampling of lower probability to purchase, which is 16% of the population, and the movable middle, which was 56% of the population in that particular case. And we optimized the offering to movable middle, segment 3 to 13, and eliminate all offers from 14 to 17. And this is the result that they got. 44% ROAS on the same spend that they were planning to do before they integrated the framework into their strategy, into their campaign. So expanding the internal marketing and analytics capability based on this particular business case, acquisition-based marketing program based on the framework of OBM2, and optimizing the brand media planning by running the OBM tests. We were able to prove that you can get to twice the amount of impact for the same dollar that you may have at the beginning. It all sounds very simple. I think as an end user, as a businessman, as a CEO, as a brand manager, I think it's obvious that this is how it should be. But we don't do it. And I think it's time we start looking at it, start answering the right questions, and start taking the right decisions. We are very happy to offer this case study to you if you want. This is publicly presentable right now. Reckitt Benckiser has given us the permission. We have the data of the amount of spends they did, the amount of ROI they got, all that is part of it. And if any brand or agency would like to adopt this framework, work with MMA, we are more than happy to have you, welcome you to participate with that. With that, as I said, in less than 10 minutes, just a quick preview, but making the point. What you need to think of is mass reach is not the way going forward. With digital, with targeting, with segmentation, signals, you have the new way of marketing, the modern way of marketing. And that's what MMA stands for. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here. I hope you had a good day. And thank you so much once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rohit Dadwal. That was...
I gave 2 minutes back to you guys.